watching Prime Morning. It's time for us to delve into what the newspapers have for us. My name is Roselyn Felli. This segment is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Sale phone Papa Perfie. Now, if you're looking for a phone, a mobile phone, whether it's Nokia brand, Samsung brand, or iPhone brand, look no further because they actually sell authentic phones. So no fake zone here. All right? So just go to them. They'll serve you. Is it a washing machine that you want? Is it a television set that you want? Is it a CCTV camera that you want? Or a tabletop fridge? They have all of that covered for you. Now, you can simply download the app on your phone. It is Franco Trading app. That is it. So go to your Google Play Store and download the app on your phone, Franco Trading app. Or visit our website, which is www.francotradingenterprise. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone Papa Perfie. My guests are seated and very poised for the conversation because over the weekend, there was a by-elections that was held at Ejisu. And of course, there's a winner. There's been some hearts broken. Some numbers that have been pulled that are quite shocking, looking at the kind of work some people did. I'm talking about, somebody like Kwesi Nyantechi, Mrs. Abronye. All these people fell down, but the numbers were quite appalling, and one would wonder why. What were the delegates looking at, and how come this man, Lawyer Philemon Laar, emerged as the person to represent the NPP for this particular by-elections? Not just that, but we'll also talk about the scholarship saga. We are talking about over 100 persons who have received scholarships and have decided not to return back to Ghana. Let's hear your voices this morning on these issues. So I'll welcome my guests for the conversations. Of course, we have our very own Bernard Mornah, who is from the PNC. And of course, Bernard Mornah hopefully will become the president of Ghana very soon. Bernard, good morning.
Morning, dear.
How are you?
A bit tired, but okay.
Why, are you coming from the north?
No, my campaign inner group had to grill me throughout the weekend.
Oh.
They have started doing policy development. And so they want to know the mind of the candidate so that they can put the A and B together.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
So sector by sector, I had to be grilled on my thoughts, where they think that I'm too radical in the evolution of the thoughts. They will cool it down. Where they also think that I'm not radical enough, that certain changes ought to be made, they tell me, and we augment it. So it's been tough. Normally we close after 1 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because most of them are also working at other institutions.
Okay.
And so the weekend has been very packed. But so far, it looks very good. It looks very good.
That's good. We know it will happen, inshallah.
It is.
Yeah, it's happening.
I'm excited because there are many who will vote for me.
Yes.
But they are doubting whether I will win. When the numbers are now being added, then they will say, hey, we are winning. Then they will start getting surprised. Yeah. Then you will see that Eben will tell you that, oh, I was in the other side. But
he's your campaign manager.
But he's the campaign manager who is still at the other side. Then you hear Philemon say that is my chief. I've always been on show with him.
I know, right?
Then, of course, KMG will be celebrated everywhere because his man has become the president of Ghana. But I can assure you that I'm the next president of Ghana.
Great. Let me welcome Lawyer Philemon Laar. Hi, Philemon.
Hi, Roselyn.
How are you? Good morning. I told you this morning you've lost some weight.
Yeah, I have started a new regime that's helping me to cut some. But let me just use this opportunity to say God loves you, the viewer, and everyone here.
Thank you.
If you're not a believing Christian, give your life to Christ. But of course, I respect the fact that there's diversity. You can belong to other religions. But I entreat you to give your life to Christ.
Hey.
I'm sure it's unusual. I'm starting this with this morning, huh? Yeah.
Hey.
My pastor preached yesterday and touched the core of my body.
Oh, okay.
It touched me.
What church do you
touched me.
attend?
Well, primarily I'm a Catholic, but I also go to Spirit Life Revival Ministries, Adenta.
Nice. Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Great. And of course, Honorable Ebenezer Nartey, the one and only. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Roselyn.
How are you? I'm good. I was telling you that I like your...
Who doesn't know the campaign office?
You are saying it here. You want his people to beat him up.
He doesn't know the campaign office.
But if he knows the campaign office, he'll be in trouble, so it's okay.
Oh, I know where the MPP headquarters is. I know where the NDC headquarters is. In fact, I go there because I have friends.
Okay.
You know, it's like sports. When I'm playing my basketball and you come and see me, I'm very aggressive. But as soon as the game is over, I embrace.
Are you? Honorable, welcome.
Roselyn, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I like your brooch.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
There's a birthday gift given to me, I think 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And I'm guessing it's pure gold.
Oh, yes.
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 Very
So
nice.
when the going gets tough, I can just take it to...
That's all. PMMC. Sell it.
No, I'll just look for one galamsey people and just... Well, as I said, I always learn from you.
Oh, well,
Like,
thank
when
you.
I come, sometimes if I'm not here and I watch you, I see the shadows and I see the jewelries. And, but I remember last week, I promised myself, Philemon, and then my candidate that today,
Franco.
Trading
Franco
Enterprise
Trading. Franco Trading, please,
will
if
be
you are
visiting
watching.
us this morning. So I'll be expecting their visit. Other than that, we'll sit here to tomorrow morning. So
But they're actually running a discount, you know.
it's not about...
Did we talk about this issues here? But you see, this my manager is smart. Because he said he's always copying from you and I have to clear my truth. He changed to what? A subject of interest.
Honorable. Anyway, let me read the newspapers and we can delve into our topics. I'll start with the New Finder newspaper. The New Finder. Allen promises to abolish unnecessary taxes on imports. It looks like imports has become a thing, like a campaign promise now, because last week we had Dr.
Don't worry,
Mahmoud speak about
but
it.
must we import? Must we import? Because one of the things we think is that we have been over-importing, except where necessary. But things that we should be able to produce, we should produce them. Why do you think that it must always be import and reducing of taxes? What we have comparative advantage in, we should have the capacity to develop the skills required to be able to produce it. We can also become an exporter. Why is it that it's always importing?
Anyway, performance tracker, 74 omitted projects added, 67 wrong entries deleted. Kandapar solicits Western support for anti-terrorism initiatives. $360 million IMF third tranche booked, board approval and disbursement expected in June. And I think that it also came with its own, terms and conditions. And I'm thinking that actually, okay, we'll get you more details on it because from what I've read, the terms and conditions is on employment. So hiring, that's where the terms and conditions are on. You know, some came with the DDP, some came with other things, and this particular one is coming on employment. The Daily Guide newspaper is the next newspaper I'm reading. Daily Guide, MOH, that's Ministry of Health, clears 14 essential medicine containers from ports. Hooray, that's good news. Tema Youth and Navy clash, 2 dead. And yesterday, the Navy did release a statement on what actually happened. And they are saying that they are investigating it. You know, one thing about it, the statement that they released was the fact that they said, oh, the police said the people died from, gunshots, but they don't know. So until they finish their investigation, they can't confirm that they killed them. Anyway, we'll definitely get to the bottom of it at the end of the day. Kwabena Boateng wins Ejisu NPP polls, which will be delving into that. J.K. Hogley Transport wins Total Energies Award, and Rotary International honors Dampare. Let's see if there's some entertainment stories here. Yes, Claudia Lumo hosts Female CEOs Summit. I'm a man, Bobrisky tells court. Oh, it's quite sad, though. It's quite sad. Anyway, the back page, that's a sports coming in. I want to pay back United fans. This from Andre Onana. Liverpool lose grounds to title race, and Djokovic explains Monte Carlo Masters struggle. That'll be all for the Daily Guide newspaper. The next newspaper is the Ghanaian Publisher newspaper. GAF, that is Ghana Armed Forces, explains shootings in Tema Newtown. IMF okays $360 million for Ghana. Court issues arrest warrant for Chinese Iron Lady over cantonment lands. Hey, why are these Chinese people doing this, especially their ladies? It looks like they are even more aggressive than the men. ECOWAS security challenges, Kandapar suggests home ground solutions. And that'll be all for the Ghanaian Publisher newspaper. The final newspaper is the Ghanaian Times newspaper. IMF bailout second review meeting. Ghana to receive $360 million US, third tranche. Awaits management executive board approval. Support homegrown initiatives against insecurity. Kandapar tells Western partners. GRA clears 14 out of 182 containers locked up at Tema Port. Hands over products to Ministry of Health. And Kwabena Boateng wins Ejisu constituency. NPP primaries. Ash Christopher Arthur defeats incumbents in Aguna West. That'll be all for what the newspapers have for us. So we'll quickly delve into our topic, talking about Kwabena Boateng, Lawyer Kwabena Boateng emerging as the winner for the Ejisu By-Elections. Let's look at some of the results that were polled. Looking at Lawyer Kwabena Boateng, he actually got 394 votes. And then we look at Helena Mensah, who got 302 votes. Then Echama, I hope I got her name right, Echama Abuaji got 229. And then the numbers started dropping. Evans Gia got 63 votes. We have Kwesi Nyantechi getting 35 votes. Then we have Portia Echampon Abronye getting 6 votes, with Klinsman Kakari Mensah getting 2 votes, and Aaron Dua getting 2 votes as well. Abuna Poko Amua Boite got 0 votes. So does it mean Abuna didn't even vote for herself or what? Because she got 0.
Maybe she's not a delegate.
Maybe she's not a delegate. She doesn't have a friend.
But the most painful thing.
I have a letter for you.
Okay. I should open it.
Oh, we have not seen
Read
the
front
address.
page.
Roselyn Felli. Oh my God, Bernard Mornah. Anyway, I'll put it down for now. Thank you very much.
No,
I should open it.
Oh, no, you can open it.
Okay.
And just see the quality of the invitation.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is nice. You let me put it aside. This one is for celebration. This is for celebration. I'm definitely going to be there, honorable. I have my special invite.
He's the one who gave you.
Anyway, let's delve into our topics for now. So talking about Lawyer Kwabena Boateng. Now, Lawyer Kwabena Boateng actually is the second deputy constituency chairman of the NPP in Ejisu, and people are attributing his win to that, saying that he actually has, a relationship with the delegates already. So it was quite easy for him to pull these numbers. I'll start the conversation with Ebenezer Nartey, since he is a part of the NPP. Honorable.
Roselyn, let me say good morning to our viewers, and let me take this opportunity to wish a friend and a colleague in the Gimpa School of Public Relations and Diplomacy a happy birthday. Stella is also a staff at ADB, and then also wish a belated birthday to my competitor in the last parliamentary primaries, Colin Samoa. Yesterday was his birthday.
Oh, nice.
I wish him all the best, and I pray for good life for both of them. On Saturday, we have 2 parliamentary primaries, but I think the focus was almost well on the Ejisu one, simply because of the demise of John Kuma. And then we're looking at the caliber of people who also decided to contest, more especially Kwesi Nyantechi and then Abronye's wife. So it's brought a lot of attention to the constituency as to who really indeed. Initially, we had almost about 13 or 14 people who decided to contest, and unfortunately it was dropped to 9. So the attention was there as to who really who represents the party and also replace our late brother. Looking at the work John Kuma have done in that constituency within a very short time, many people believe that, yes, indeed, there's a need to have a very good replacement so that the work that he has started and his relationship with his constituents and the party in general, that kind of relationship will continue to be there. I'm not surprised about Kwabena Boateng.
Okay.
Simply because Kwabena has been part of John Kuma's work in the constituency. Apart from that, is the second vice chairman of the constituency. It tells you that the people in the constituency believe in him, that, look, we are with you. I saw one of the aspirants when he went to submit his form and then he was interviewed by the media. He was asking that he said there's a place that somebody went to contest there, and then the person was asked to show receipts of a funeral donation that he has attended in that constituency before. Oh yes, and it is justified. I mean, we don't know you in the constituency. You're not been part of us. I mean, all the suffering that we have been going through in the constituency, you have never and ever been part. All of a sudden, there's a primaries, and then you just jump in to contest as a parliamentary candidate. What has been your contribution to the party? That is why where we have sitting members of parliament, anytime we are having a parliamentary primaries, you are asked to pay a development fee, because the person who is there as an incumbent is the one taking care of the constituency. Somebody will be sitting somewhere, not contributing anything in the constituency, by the virtue of him having money or she having money. Then the time comes, he'll just come and contest the election. So you have to do that commitment. One other person I'm also surprised, very much surprised. Ejisu By-Elections, the one who had 0.
Yeah.
This is the 5th time of her contesting.
And she got 0.
I'm shocked. This is the 5th time. In fact, when I saw we were then in a meeting somewhere and then the results just trooping, and everybody was shocked, because this is somebody who have been in the constituency for a very long time. I think our first time she was the CEO for LAPAM. So it's not somebody that is not known. It's very known. But unfortunately, the delegates decided that, look, we want Convenor Boateng because there's a person that we have been with him. Another surprise that I'm not surprised to, because for me, some of these things, sometimes so many things will go against you on the day of the election. Relationship with people, sometimes the person that you are riding on his or her shoulders to campaign and all those things. But he was predicted to win 62% by info analysis people, that he's going to win 60%. He ended up by getting 6 votes. Abonye's wife.
I mean, some of these
predictions,
These predictions.
So if they say someone, if they say this,
I think sometimes, I'm not too sure of it, but I'm just saying, I think sometimes they are paid for.
That is why to be honest with you, I always say that when those surveys comes, you are going to win, you are going to do this. And the last time I give an example between myself and Clement Park. In 2020, when I was going to contest, he was then working at Legon. And he was one of these same research people, and he was caught. But I watched him on one of the televisions, and he was making analysis in my constituency. I realized that, look, from where I'm coming from, definitely I'll win the election. But the way he ran me down, I was like, So when I met him in Parliament in 2016, I said, so all along you're an NDC person. And then you were, that's why to be honest and sincere with you, those group, and when they get to an election, you see people forming groups, CJ, let my vote count, this and this. Just from 2000 up to date, check all these pressure groups that were formed during elections and the association with political party that they were doing the work for. See if after the election, if the party wins, you see them being active again. When the last time you heard about let my vote count? From 2009 to 2016, did you hear about CJE? Because some other were giving board members at Ghana Media Commission. Yes, that's how I personally see it. And when you do that, it will not help us. Especially civil society organization. We are this. But meanwhile, you are putting on a different party colors. And it doesn't help us. Let me congratulate Convenor. And then Mamiya, she also...
Mamiya, it's quite surprising, though.
She contested with... she went to Ayawaso Westward.
Yeah.
So when she decided to go to Ejisu, that's Ejisu By-Elections.
Oh, okay.
The Afro woman.
She got 0.
0. And then the PM, she also did very well. In fact, initially, people were sending message that she has won, the Elena woman.
Okay.
Because she's an assembly woman and a presiding member at the assembly. And you have all assembly members in Ashanti region and then other, assemblies coming to support her.
Her numbers were quite impressive.
That's what I'm saying. So people initially said she has won. Before EC brought the results that Kobna is the one that has been made a winner. And I hope and believe that by next week, elections on the 30th of this month, just about 2 weeks away. So I know that we all move into, in as much that is our seat, we also need to go and work hard to ensure that we retain the seat. My only problem with by-election, timing, and also we know for sure, NDC knows for sure, PNC knows for sure that, look, MPP will retain the seat. When there's a by-election, God forbid, in a voter ridge, you know that NDC will win. So sometimes I always think, can't we find a way of dealing with it than to waste a lot of money? Because this election, all the political parties that will go and involve themselves will spend money. Government will spend money for the EC.
I think, Henry,
and some of these things, we need to look at it. That, look, if the party decided to go and elect their candidates, you should just find a way of, letting that party
go unopposed.
Yes.
Anyway, Philemon.
First of all, I think it's true. Another by-election was held in somewhere in the central region.
Yeah.
And
we had the former gender minister lose.
Yes. My very good friend, my mate from KNUST, Chris Arthur, won. I want to congratulate him. He's fought very well. Also, the young lawyer from Ejisu, I must congratulate him. He's done very well. But in 2024, December, we shall take the seats from them. Even though they are my friends, I wish them well in their MPP primary, but the NDC will take the seats. That's just by the way.
You will take the seat during the by-election?
As for the by-election, we have said we will not contest.
Okay.
The NDC has said we will not contest Ejisu.
Okay.
We will not contest Ejisu.
Oh, okay.
And that's because the party is really strategizing to inflict on the MPP its biggest defeat ever in the history of our politics. Our strategy advises us that we better prepare for December rather than invest all of our resources in an already difficult economy in a by-election. So we shall fight in December. The NDC shall fight, and we shall put in our best foot forward. My honorable member said that Global Info Analytics predicted that Abronye's wife will win. I believe that Global Info Analytics is one of the most credible poll agencies we have seen in this country.
Okay.
I have not seen that. They did not predict. Global Info Analytics did not predict on the Ejisu elections. It is something called the Institute for Transgenerational Leaders.
Okay.
Institute for Transgenerational Leaders. They are the ones who predicted Abronye's wife will win. But Global Info Analytics did not.
Okay, thanks for the
So the poll by Global Info Analytics that John Mahama leads in the polls is correct. Okay. These are subtle ways the MPP try to, they try to bring these, push this in to make it look like it's true. A lot of dynamics could happen. But as we stand, John Mahama is leading by 20 points. And the NDC shall continue to fight and work hard.
Says who?
By Global Info Analytics.
Okay.
So far, every prediction by Global Info Analytics has been perfect. And I think that is important for us. But you see, a few lessons to learn from the Ejisu election. The first of them is that I heard Abronya. You must have the video. Abronya granted an interview and accused his own party and accused the Electoral Commission of collusion, and that they were working hand in hand to cheat his wife. In the Akan custom, they say if a frog comes out of water to tell you happenings in the water, you better believe it. And this is Abronya, a die-in-the-wool member of the MPP. He comes out and already attacks the credibility of his party.
Would he have said the same if his wife had won?
And the credibility of the Electoral Commission. The fact of the matter is that if the wife had won, that would have been a different enterprise. But the fact of the matter is that the preparations, the activities prior to the declaration of a winner was unfair, according to his estimation.
But if you
I would have expected.
I'm just saying, if you look at the number of votes the wife pulled, even if she had, look at Helena. Helena got 302, where you see Kwabena getting 394. Let Helena say this, but you getting 6, and somebody getting 394, and you saying that they have connived. So what? They took how many votes from you?
If I rather think that makes his case stronger, because he is saying that there's been a collusion to deny him of victory, deny his wife of victory. So if that allegation has been made, and truly they get such a paltry number of votes, then there must be some credence to the allegation he was making. And this is, I've heard the MPP people say that, we have the machinery to rig elections. In the Ghanaian people. You hear that in the minds of the Ghanaian people, that the MPP has a machinery to rig elections.
For this, I haven't heard.
You have not heard, but you see, we're on the ground.
No.
Roselyn,
no,
we're on the
ground.
ground.
On TV, so when we
and I'm saying, but did you not hear what?
It is so.
Did you not hear what Abronya himself said?
No, but what Abronya said is not saying that they have.
What Abronya said is a reflection of what the people of this country feel and believe.
No.
We all know that in 2020 the elections were a bit.
Didn't say few. You said that you have heard the NPP say that they have machines to rig elections.
We have heard that the machinery of the NPP is geared towards rigging elections. We shall fight that. We shall protest against that. And this is Abronya himself saying that the NPP had rigged the election or had taken steps that prevented victory for his wife. Abronya himself said that. The NDC has time without number spoken about the happenings at the EC. The most recent of them is the issue of laptops and BVR machines at the EC. We have raised the flag. IPAC has raised it. I'm sure Bernard Mornah would agree with me that at IPAC, they raised the flag about the happenings at the EC. So if all of these things are, they are precursors to what could happen in December. And that's the reason why we should be worried. Because an electoral commission that can even be accused by members of the party in government, then there's something we truly should be worried about. Okay, I was going to comment also on the Ejisu Ronaldo, because in the election he called himself, he was number 7 on the ballot paper and said that Cristiano Ronaldo is number 7, so therefore he was going to win. Ejisu Ronaldo, we have said, I am worried that people who have lost some credibility always find comfort in the MPP. I don't know. The trend is that everyone that is discredited would usually find comfort in the MPP. No. We have always said that Roselyn Felli is discredited. He himself has even said it.
He's always been an MPP
He himself.
member, so why will you say that?
Well, whether or not he has always been an MPP member, he has contested on the ticket of the MPP. He has contested on their ticket, but he has lost. So the thing about corruption that hangs around prominent members of people affiliated to the MPP, I mean, it's again shown us that. But all the same, we wish the honorable, the elected young lawyer the best, but we shall face them in December 2024 and inflict on them a defeat they have never seen in the history of this country.
Okay. Uncle Bernard, I'm looking at the numbers that were polled. Are you quite surprised that Roselyn Felli didn't even get 20% of the votes?
I'm grossly surprised. But first, greetings in regards to Philemon and Ebenezer, that we shall be there in our numbers. And that day will also make sure that we take purgatives, so as to clear any little things that are there. But I like the design.
It's beautiful.
I like the design. So if you look at it clearly.
You let people come. This is strictly by invite.
Bernard
is strictly by invite.
Am I not his candidate? And I've decided to make public invitation of it. This is solid. This is very solid. I mean, the quality is unbelievable. With this quality, I'm hoping to see
my place to go tomorrow.
My campaign paraphernalia. My campaign paraphernalia must be as solid. It must be as solid as this. But congratulations to our dear wife for how far she has come. Yes. And she must know that at this age, it simply means life has just, or is just about to start.
Actually, tomorrow is her birthday.
So many more years.
Oh, wow.
And then it happens to be our 13th wedding anniversary.
Hey!
We had a wedding on her birthday.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's very nice.
So we will join.
Amen.
As I said, we will come in white, cladded in full white. I'll come with Roselyn. We'll be there in our numbers. That said, would you permit me to touch on the AriseGhana?
Yes, please.
Yes.
You can. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll start from there. I am very, very shocked.
Oh, you're shocked?
Cynthia Morrison.
You're shocked Cynthia Morrison is out?
You know, there were about 5 or so people that contested. And she pulled the least votes.
Yeah.
She pulled the least votes. One would have thought that she's done sufficiently and significantly well for her people.
I think that, you know, when she was the Minister for Gender, her people complained a bit that she was not really there for them.
No, on the contrary, I know her a little bit. And simply because she simply will call me and say, Bernard, you are disturbing our party too much, e-levy, when we're always in the frontage of Parliament sleeping. Sometimes she was courageous to come and stand and get out of her car and say, Bernard, please, we know you are fighting your conscience, I mean, things that you believe in. But sleeping in the frontage of Parliament doesn't bode well for. You know, she had the courage to get down and speak to us, and on many occasions. And I've gotten to know her. In fact, there are instances she'll call me and said, Bernard, today you were too excessive in your attacks on government. And, you know, I mean, people like that, sometimes when I even see a call from them, I'm like, what have I done wrong again? You know, and then she would tease at me. I remember when we once were at Electoral Commission, and I had bought my kenke from Kenke Boutique. I couldn't eat because time was running, and I put it in my bag. And I got there, and then Jean Mensah and her police decided that they would even take my bag and my kenke and throw away. And I said that even my kenke was taken away. And the man was standing there with his bonyo face. Cynthia just would laugh and burst. I thought she's done sufficiently well. Now, the numbers I'm looking up here is that she pulled 152 votes. Christopher Atta pulled 240. The next person pulled, I think, Yamson or so, Yamwa. Yamwa pulled 222. Then another one pulled 168. Then you have 155. So Cynthia came at the very tail.
Yeah.
And this is an incumbent. So something is wrong. Fundamentally and dramatically wrong. Well, she has played her part. She's won the elections 2 times in her constituency. I also know that she has some schools, private schools around the Damsuman enclave. And so out of that, her people voted for her. I'm shocked. So the next shock is Ejisu.
Will you then say that with your shock and looking at what you think Cynthia has done, will you say that there's been a bit of rigging in there?
I have not followed closely what would have happened, but a landlord comes to say that the tenant is chasing you or has chased you out of the house. It means that we should investigate the landlord. Because if you are the incumbent and you come to say that they have been rigging, it's like Ebenezer being the landlord, then you come and say that your own house tenants are chasing you away. There is something wrong because it is your property and it is for you to lose. And if you lose, either you did not warm up to the delegates, but I know, the Cynthia that I know that almost every weekend, once she's within Ghana, she's at the constituency. You know, there is Mr. Buama who has, and Cynthia loves farming and those things. Mr. Buama, Engineer Buama, at Loye, where he has his farm. So one time when Cynthia saw my farm, she asked me, I said, you don't need to want to come to my farm because I'm also learning from somebody who is a bigger farmer who understands and so all the time I go to Buama. So on your way to your constituency, you can pass. And she actually went there to go and see the kind of things Mr. Buama is doing. Great and fantastic work, just after Bujumbura. And so anytime I'm in Accra and I'm less busy, I just go to Mr. Buama's farm because I'll sit by the water, breathe fresh air, drink coconut. Then they will cook fresh food, organic food. You choose what you want to eat. If you want fish, you go and then you get the kind of fish you want. I mean, it's nice to go there. Maybe one day, Mr. Buama will host us. And then you can go and see what it means.
He has to.
Right.
Now,
so let's come to Ejisu.
Ejisu. Wow. Philemon, I don't like the way you attack my brother. Kwesi Nyantechi is my brother. And I've said this time without number. His mother comes from Kabanya, where I grew up from. And
Really?
Oh, yes. Kwesi Nyantakyi's mother comes from Kabanye, where I grew up from. And so, from beginning, one would have not even thought that Nyantakyi comes from any part. We knew him, bro, you know. And he speaks impeccable Wale than I would do. And so we have known each other very closely. When he was GFA president, we were excited about the achievement he was making until number 12 came to kill what we thought was going to be the African president of the, what do we call it, football, that is FIFA. Since then, I have not been impressed about his responses. And the last response he made to Captain Smart before this, I thought that he had shot himself in the foot.
Right.
Because he did an interview. And then Captain Smart did not ask him a question. And quickly he said that, okay, since you are bringing this, let's talk about the Anas expose. And started ranting that Anas is corrupt and that Anas took $100,000 from him and still brought out the story.
Anas wanted 150, he paid 100.
100.
Yes.
And that he paid 100. And that the 100 was returned in bits to him.
Mm-hmm.
One would not understand why a lawyer who has clients to defend in instances like this will go and open up the can of worms that will put his reputation into such dispute. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I thought that my brother had lost it completely. Because the person giving and the person taking are both criminals.
Yeah.
Is that not what we say? Mm-hmm. So the person giving and the person taking are both criminals. Mm-hmm. Because, Eben, I hope you get my point.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kwesi Nyantakyi, you are telling us that you paid bribe. Mm-hmm. To do what? Mm-hmm. What crime did you commit? Even if you have committed a crime, you should not be paying bribe because that is not the way to go. And the little that we have read or studied and seen about blackmail is that blackmail, once you accept to do the first bit, know that you die with it. Mm-hmm. Because anytime they are short of money, they'll come and tell you that the dossier is still available. And Kwesi Nyantakyi said those things. And so it further exposed, and that's how Philemon and Co talks the way they are talking. That, after all, you are a basket of corruption, and you are going to contest for an honorable office. Mm. I am not certain that Kwesi Nyantakyi, during his period in football, was openly supporting the Ejisu constituency. He might have done a few things, but the people would not have known that he was doing that for a rainy day. And so coming around to give some little support here, giving support here, taking young people and putting them into football and changing their lives would not necessarily be translated to mean that you want to participate in the political process. So it is like it is your first time, and you do not gauge the mood. Because if you are going to contest an election where a vice chairman of the party is contested, and the vice chairman, as we say, is always, on the grounds with the people, talking to them. They coordinate party meetings. They deal with party activities. If there are any goodies for the party, they distribute it. And so you should know that the person must have been a terrible vice president, vice chairman, to lose the elections. And then the numbers. Yeah, people are getting 300, then you come and get 30.
35.
Well, listen, 35 and 30.
That's 5, don't take it away.
No,
somebody got 0. But Bernard, do you think that, or let me ask Philemon this, do you think the interview that he granted, Captain Smart, is the reason why his numbers dropped drastically?
I think it's one of the reasons. He shot himself in the foot. You see, I don't think Ghanaians have forgotten his comment about having the president in his pocket. People remember. Maybe a few would have forgotten, but he going on Prime TV and making these comments again. But remember that he has not succeeded in tarnishing the image of Anas, because he says that he paid the money to a lawyer, Mr. Kwame Chan, and then some other alleged something, 2 people. He has not been able to directly link that the payment of the money was to Anas.
Yeah.
Or Anas,
if it were
received it.
He did not receive it. He has not received that. He didn't commission that. And he has publicly
returned the money.
He has publicly dared them. Go to court if you really give money to Anas. You see, Nyantakyi even started a suit on defamation against Anas. You know that. He started a suit against defamation, had to withdraw because one of the defenses to defamation is truth. So I say, Roselyn, you are beautiful. You want to take me to court to say, I have said you are beautiful. The fact is that you are beautiful. So since it's the truth that you are beautiful, your action will fall. That's the same thing that happened.
That statement must be made by me.
But the point is, I'm only saying that on behalf of my chief. I am a subject of the chief.
Yeah, so
and the chief doesn't say some things. The chief says it through his language, his voice.
So you should say that.
So I'm just saying it on behalf. But you see, another part of the matter. Nyantechi, if anyone had challenged, if Nyantechi had won the primary, I'm sure some people would have challenged it in court. Because this is a man that has been convicted.
But why will you challenge it? You went there, it was a free and fair election.
Yes,
so why will you challenge it?
The point is that
court?
he is convicted. He has been convicted of football corruption and bribery by the international.
On the ballot.
I'm making the point. The MPP may allow it.
Yeah.
But the fact is that the court should determine whether or not Nyantechi really was fit for office.
Okay.
Because this is someone who was convicted by FIFA.
Okay.
People have argued there's not a conviction. If it is not a conviction, why is Nyantechi nowhere near football as we speak? Because he was banned from football for life. He appealed. If there was no conviction, on what basis did he appeal? And he appealed, and it was reduced to 15 years. So as we sit, there's a conviction around the neck of Nyantechi. So the courts would have had to determine whether or not a conviction by an international arbitration body. And remember, arbitration bodies, their decisions are final.
But if you are banned from football, what has that got to do with politics?
It has a lot to do with integrity. Now read the chapter 8 of the Constitution. That talks about the qualification to be a member of parliament. Does not talk about integrity. Honorable, would you have been elected had you been integrity deficit? Definitely no.
Okay.
So on the issue of integrity, I think that from the very beginning, he was not properly advised. Otherwise, if I were Nyantechi, I would not run.
Honorable, do you think this was a free and fair election? You're looking at the
for me,
statement that Abronya made.
For me, I think this election is free and fair. You see, for me, I don't think Nyantechi lost the election because of the interview that he has granted. And I don't think that interview have even, let me say, give any opportunity to anybody in the constituency. It might be that a lot of people didn't even listen to that interview. But the fact of the matter, as Bernard said, the second vice chairman has been in the constituency. And for all you know, these are people who prepared the ABO. And through that, he became the constituency first vice chairman. And as I already said, this is a person who has been with John Kuma since he became a member of parliament in the constituency. In the absence of John Kuma, he ran the show in the Ejisu on his behalf.
You had Helena, who was assemblywoman, who was also interacting.
But they are looking at the relationship between you and the person who has passed away. In the absence of John Kuma, anytime he's in Accra, is the second vice chairman, who is a right-hand man person of John Kuma, who ran the show for him in Ejisu. Building an office, he go and supervise it. Go and do this. And as Bernard rightly said, John Kuma have sent something to the constituency. He has traveled. Oh, Convenor, go and do this on my behalf. So if, for example, during Christmas, John is not around, and has asked, how do you call it, Convenor to do that on his behalf. He goes to the delegates, this is your rice, this is your 100 cedis, this is your 10 cedis. They have personal relationship with him. So they believe that in the absence of your boss, definitely you fit in to be our leader, and therefore we give you this opportunity. That's why someone like Mamiya, I never knew she comes from Ejisu. Until my brother Fusini was telling me that, oh, Mamiya too is also contestant. Does he come from? They say yes. Question NTC. I think the day he went to FAR, then he said, oh, he's been contributing to the constituency. But how many people knows that you have been contributing to the constituency? Ejisu Broni, as I said, this is the 5th time of she contesting.
Ejisu Broni's own has shocked you more than anybody
I'm telling you. This is the 5th time. But somebody will also ask, when you had opportunity, who did you help in a constituency? Then, with the presiding member, who is also an assemblywoman, you see the gap between her and that of Convenor. It tells you that that these two people have been very committed to the people in their constituency. And they have some sort of love and respect for them. Unfortunately, they think that Convenor is the best person to what? To lead.
So we should debunk what Abron is saying?
I watched him on one of the statistics that morning, that when he was in Ghana. In fact, he got to a point that, in fact, the guy used to be here. It used to be Joy. Now he's at Oyerepa.
Paka Wilson.
He was the one who got the interview. And then he said, is it because you know you are going to lose? That's why you are making such a statement. Hey, then he fled. He was even about to even beat him. Anyway, I'm telling you, I watch it live.
Anyway, let's see some messages that are coming in. Okay, so don't forget to go to Franco Trading Enterprise to get all your gadgets. I'm talking about your phones, your mobile phones, your laptops, your tabletop fridges, your CCTV cameras, your television set. You can get all of that from them. Now, you can also download the app on your phone. It is Franco Trading app. Just go to Google Play Store and download that app on your phone. Not just that, you can go to the website. That is www.francotradingenterprise. That's the name of the website. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone papa. Let me go and read some messages. We have so many messages coming in. I'm so sorry I didn't start early, but it's still a good time to start. So this one says, Meshach Asante at Amasaman, the man with the vision and the nation builder, JDM is behind our doors knocking, that whoever open him and votes for him come December 7th, the development and the jobs through 24-hour economy will be his or her share. So let's all vote for him. Greetings to Sedom Apenyo, incoming MP Amasaman. Okay. This one says, please, can you send your reports to keep... Okay, let me see what we have here. All right, so Alaji Cisse Central says, good evening to you all. It's actually morning. Good morning, Al-Hassan. Al-Hassan, as much as I agree with you that the national cake must be shared nationally and not shared as party cake, my worry and disappointment about the scholarship thing is not about party people benefiting. Party people are Ghanaians as well, but the caliber of individuals who are beneficials to the scholarship is the problem. If a party person in the village who is brilliant and needy benefit from this scholarship, Ghanaians wouldn't have any worry about it. But the party executives who can even pay for some people are getting this scholarship turned out not going to be schools. It's indeed sad. Honorable, how many times did I call you? Please, today we need a little respect from you. Oh, but honorable always starts. I always get some respect. This person is still holding honorable to it the last time. Anyway, beautiful Roselyn, good morning, boss. In fact, NPP is a scam. Where was Pastor Zachariah 4:1? Or Mr. Digital, when they were loading the achievement onto the performance tracker, common tracker with these levels of errors and falsehood, how then can we trust your call of digitalizing Ghana? Master Raman, Tuna Sola, Tuna Kalba. Thank you, Master Raman. Chorus Call Zakaria says, in 2016, passport was 70 Ghana cedis. Today is 700. Car insurance was 150 Ghana cedis. Today is 500. Cement was 28 Ghana cedis. Today is 100 Ghana cedis. Petrol per gallon was 14. Today is 70. Rice was 150. Today is 880. Cooking oil was 90. Today is 480. Dollar was 4.2 Ghana cedis. Today it is 13 Ghana cedis. The persons in charge today are asking for 4 years more to finish us. This is your scorecard. Very disgraceful, shameless, and incompetent. Now Ghanaians have seen that Mahama is the best president. He's more ahead of these bunch corrupts and liars leading us in government. Mahama, come for your stone. If Brian Champon is a man, he should attempt to not to give him power to Mahama. He'll smell pepper. Hey, this one dear, you are wild. Good morning, Rose. If 67 mistakes of the performance tracker has been deleted and 74 added, what then is the difference? Great to see you and your panelists, most especially the incoming president, Bernard Mornah, Richard from Nadoli. I hope I got the name right. All right, Honorable Akesime from Bekwai says, Ghana's parliament is far more corrupt than Kwesi Nyantechi. So Nyantechi's MP attempts were to complete his mission of perpetuating his looting from state coffers. At a stage, Nyantechi thought the GFA was his personal property, just like President Akufo-Addo has taken Ghana as his personal property. That's how absolute power corrupts absolutely. Nyantechi, you can cry blood, no one cares. Even in the Bible, Jesus wept. From Honorable Akisme. Good morning, Roselyn. The MPP man in your studios, you're talking about Honorable Ebenezer, okay, shouldn't sit and throw dust in the eyes of viewing public, creating the impression that John Kumar did much for the constituency, which is not the case. And I'm not even sure he has even been to Ejisu before. This was an election for the delegates, not ordinary voters of Ejisu constituency. Thank you. Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm here to touch on that subject.
Okay. The driver has completely lost control, and yet the careless mate is still calling passengers on board. This is really funny. It's clear today that these people are only good in opposition and not in government. Ghanaians have really suffered under Nana and Baumia. The Global Info Analytics post gives a clear reflection of how Ghanaians are dissatisfied with the recklessness, incompetence, and nepotistic acts of the current government. They can choose not to believe this report, but they should be reminded that the very Ghanaians who repose confidence in them and gave them the mandate to serve are poised to show them the exit to power come December. Good morning to Honorable Lawyer James Algalga, the best man for Bolsa North seat, Daniel Akbaliok from Sandema. Good morning to you. Persistent increases in transport first by GPRTU of TUC due to rising petrol prices can have a significant impact on commuters and the overall economy. By implementing transparent fare adjustment mechanisms, promoting fuel-efficient practices, exploring alternative revenue resources, investing in driver training, and prioritizing sustainable transportation solutions, the GPRTU can control transport fares and prevent excessive increases. It's essential for stakeholders to work together collaboratively to address these challenges and ensure affordable and reliable transportation for all. Aaron Bebako Kokomisa, good morning to you and your panelists, especially Bernard Mornah. I admire his braveness to speak the reality on the ground. We are suffering too much. Any public job, unless you pay money as protocol before you be called or appointed, which is not helping the poor. One meal for the whole day. Why all this? Foodstuffs have been rising every day. Good morning, Roselyn. Did Kwesi Nyantechi cry on TV after the Ejisu primary results declared? No, he actually cried before it was declared. His sins at GFA would follow him everywhere. John Mahama is coming. E.A. Metal Nunu Jr. Metal, he cried before the elections were declared. No. He cried that he had actually come from the hospital. Hi, please, today is my friend's birthday. I want to send a birthday message. Okay, we'll do that during the birthday message for you. Alhaji Hamza Pikman, good morning, Roselyn. It's time President Nana, Dr. Baumia, and the MPP party stops insulting the intelligence of Ghanaians and credits us with the little respect we deserve. The whole issue of performance tracker was nothing else but a scam. Remember, about 80% of projects they talked about are all uncompleted projects. Let us not forget that to whom to whom much is given, much is expected. Our public debt is now at 610 billion Ghanaian cedis, including 3 oil fields left behind by the NDC for them. The NDC had only 210 billion Ghana cedis, but the evidence is out there for all to see. Now we've been told that 67 of the projects found in the tracker were mistakes. In fact, I don't trust the MPP government when it comes to accountability. Example is about our COVID funds that were shared to party functionaries to do campaign. But I'm happy the 2024 elections is going to be about trustworthy experience and credibility, which Dr. Baumia lacks. NPP, never again. Good morning, my lovely Roselyn, Sister Roselyn. Okay. And your guests, congratulations to my senior brother, Kwabena Boateng, for such a victory. How can NDC take away a seat from MPP in Ejisu, like your guest is saying? MPP Performance Tracker is they should compare it with that of their Green Book and see the difference. MPP will surely retain the seat come December polls. came from Pond, home and crash, so MPP forever. Well, I think, with this one, Honorable even said it, looking at the way the seat is, certain places are there, don't compete, but anyway. Good morning. This government is using elimination by rough taxes strategy to occupy the public service with their own people, kicking out hardworking Ghanaians from their position to make way for politically exposed persons is dangerous. What kind of a government is this, destroying everything they came to meet? Thank God JM is coming. Solomon Zenu, Martin Luther. Good morning. Hey, this is not Bella. Oh, this one, you people send it across the border. This way, my name is Roselyn, okay? Simon Bankpuru, my name is Roselyn. Good morning, Roselyn. Please, I want to know from Ghana Medical Council whether it's professional to allow a patient out of health facility with a cannula like Nyante. She did. I don't know, but hey, the doctors decided on it. They know better. Good morning. Any serious political party would have disqualified Kwesi Nyantechi from contesting the Ejisu primaries, considering the huge albatross of corruption on his neck. But no wonder he belongs to the MPP. That is his niche. The devil cannot rebuke sin. Ricardo Bichim. Good morning, Madam Host. Okay. Why is that? You always invite two NDC in your studio, your show, because they want appointment. Never again official one. Please, I don't have two NDCs. I have a PNC, I have NDC, and have NPP. Thank you very much. Said one dead, appointment never again official, one dead goat, guinea fowls, man, very, very wicked. And because of their incompetence, we are organizing ourselves to disjoint from dead goats and join the vibrant man that's a person of DMB. He can't think far, not like someone old who said no government can use 4 years to move country, and who said they allow EC to do his or her work to see the hypocrite of this goat. Okay. Let me see if I can. This one says somebody writes. Okay. The blueprint, says every government should provide evidence of its accomplishment during its tenure as part of good governance, accountability, and transparency. And that's why this administration launches Performance Tracker today to let Ghanaians know that their taxes are being used judiciously. Dr. Baumia for President 2024. Greetings to Honorable Charles Bisu, incoming MP for Esikado Kentine. I was surprised to have heard Nyantechi want to contest, although he was moving GFA forward, but his hands were stained with corruption. Now I want to know what Mahama is coming to do. Mahama once said no president can use 4 years to do anything good for this country. Now Mahama has only 4 years. What will he do? Good. Ghanaians should think about this. The current is not good, but the alternative is scary, okay? Let me see, what do we have here? Okay, good morning, my beautiful Roselyn. There's a many never seen the light of the day, but we're all in the NDC's Green Book. Onapo, Abdul Aziz, Jibani, Joy News, neighbor, Kokomlemle. All right, neighbor. I think this will be my final comment, and then we can quickly move to we'll touch on that briefly because time is not on our side. Tamo Boachiasaman Kese, let me congratulate all the winners of the recent NPP primaries, mostly Ejisu Kwabena Boating, and I'm very optimistic that NPP will still retain that seat. I heard that Ghana is going to receive $360 billion. I think it will cushion the economy. Dr. Baumia will surely be the next president coming December 7th. Inshallah, it is possible to break the 8 to protect the free SHS. Regards to Honorable Charles Echampo, the MP for Asamankese, and Honorable Frank Esiedu Bokoy, aka Protozwa, the next MP for Suhum. Thank you so much for sending in your messages. Now let's quickly touch. We have just about 10 minutes, 5 minutes actually. So we'll quickly touch on the scholarship brouhaha, where we have over 100 persons who have received scholarships and have refused to return to Ghana. Now, one thing is that when you receive the scholarship,
5 minutes for all of us, or 5 minutes each.
Honorable, just check this time. Anyway, let me continue. So if you receive, a scholarship, you sign a bond to return. So what is happening with this bond that they have signed and they have still refused to come to Ghana? What are the punitive measures for such persons, and how do we prevent these things from reoccurring. But don't forget to go to Franco Trading Enterprise to get all your gadgets that you need. Is there a mobile phone that you want, television set, tabletop fridge, CCTV cameras, or other gadgets? Just go to them because they have it, and it's very, very authentic. They're actually running a discount, up to 30% discount, so take advantage of that and grab all the necessary gadgets that you need. You can download the app on your phone, Franco Trading app, or go to the website, Franco Trading app, the website www.Franco Trading Enterprise. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone papa here. So let me start. Honorable, I asked this question, or let me come to Bernard first, because before I come to you, Honorable. Bernard, this thing is not, I can't even say it started under the NPP government. Year on, successive governments, people take this kind of scholarship and they never return. How do we get them to return? Because they'll still sign the bond and they never come back.
Indulge me to
Sorry about that.
Wrap up on the by-elections.
Okay, sure.
Just for a minute.
Okay.
Defeat is the most painful one. If you've done competitive elections before, what you go through is not what anybody sees. You go through more than people see. And therefore, when you think that you have worked so hard, you think that your message has been well received, you think that you have the best basket of ideas, and it turns out that people do not buy in it, you actually can break down. In most instances, and in most developed nations, what will happen is that normally after this contest, there are psychologists that have to sit down with particularly the losing candidates, and even the winning candidate, because overexcitement itself can become a problem. And then they will find a way to tone people down so that they can accept the results and the outcome. Unfortunately for us, when it is over, everybody goes home, and you can see that some people go and they then never return. They are broken forever. What then has happened is that I partly agree with Eben. 8-7 months into a general election, there is a by-election. And because we have a constitution that says that if it is not 6 months to the election or less, we should go and compete. So we go and compete, just at the tail end of the elections, or just at the beginning of the election. So when we finish, there is going to be a general elections in 2024 December. And so we are going to recompete. The quantum of resources that will be spent in this by-election by the state through the Electoral Commission, by the political parties and the individuals, and we'll have to do maybe triple that in the general election. Of course, Ejisu, with this by-election, will get a facelift. Street lights will be fixed. Roads will be constructed. Uncompleted projects will be completed. Because it's not going to be a walk in the park for the New Patriotic Party. One of their own is now running independent. And he was the former MP. And the circumstances under which he lost his seat and his right to go to parliament again, to John Kuma, is well known to the MPP. I don't need to remind them. So that bitterness and the fact that he considered himself as the favorite son of Ejisu, but some machinations went for him to lose. He had declared his independence even before this by-elections. And so he's going to contest. And I've listened to many other people who are in his camp. And it's not going to be an easy thing. As I said, Lucy of the PNC is going to contest. And so when the two elephants are shoulder rocking, what will be on the ground will pick. So Ejisu is going to be very exciting. The NDC said they are not contesting.
They said they are not contesting.
No, it's not sufficient. Come and join the PNC.
They have a candidate. They have a candidate.
They have a candidate, but they don't want to present the candidate
they have
for
a
the
candidate
by-election.
in the by-election, but they themselves are not. But they have a
So
candidate.
that
They have
said,
a candidate.
scholarships and its wahala. There was no performance tracker. There should be a performance tracker at the Scholarship Secretariat to be able to track these persons that have received scholarships and to see where they are in the world after the expiration of their terms. But you know one of the funny things? I am surprised that the head of the Scholarship Secretariat is still at post. Why? Because the investigation posits that some people have been outside of the country for more than 5 years and they received scholarship. How did they come to sign their bonds with their biometrics and what have you?
They are not in the country.
They are not in the country.
Since the scholarship.
And they still receive the scholarship.
And they received the scholarships. And they have finished and they are still staying outside. This happened, and then people still want to justify.
So you think he should be sacked?
No. If he himself did not see it fit to leave, the appointing authority has no justification to continue to allow somebody who has decided that, hey, it doesn't matter. Once there was money and he had the fiat to issue anybody, and so anybody can go. People who are not even in Ghana, that we may consider favored persons, because once you are able to mobilize visa, flight, ticketing, what do we call it, fees or cost, that alone is something that somebody needed. And then you get there. Then whilst you are there, you write for a scholarship to be given to you. And you have not returned. That is scandalous. And that has to be investigated. Is it the government of Ghana that chose that after you have studied, we still want you to do some studies, work somewhere, acquire some knowledge, or as the Chinese will put it, steal ideas and bring to our nation? Because the Chinese people will send people into many countries. I know somebody who is a Chinese, right, who is a lawyer in Ghana.
Yeah.
I'm sure you all are aware. He's a lawyer. Why is he a lawyer? There are many Chinese people that are coming here that will not be able to speak the English, so they always have to get a Ghanaian. So they would deliberately send you and probably give you scholarship whilst you are even here. You are a lawyer in your country, but they will ask you to come here, come and study law, and go through the bar. And so there is a Chinese who has a law firm now.
Yes.
And so most Chinese people in town will not be looking for Ghanaian lawyers. They will go
To the Chinese.
to the Chinese man because, one, he will speak their language. They will be able to explain their circumstances to him properly. And they will go to court. So is that the case that Ghana was doing in these other instances? Certainly that is not it.
Certainly that is not it.
You understand? And of course, why? Elikebe, or what's her name? Freddie Blaze's daughter.
Eklebe.
Eklebe.
Something, yeah.
That lady was granted scholarship to go and do law in England and Wales. She is already a lawyer. But the scholarship that was granted her was for her, or to enable her to practice law in England and Wales. Not to practice law in Ghana. We don't need anything from England and Wales, but for her own good. So if she goes and she qualifies the process, and she's a lawyer in England and Wales, she's doing her own thing. How is that going to benefit the people of Ghana? And that, because of that, we have to finance her. The gentleman at the Scholarship Secretariat, unfortunately, I'm not able to help you this morning. That you have overstayed your welcome at the Scholarship Secretariat. Yeah. The president or your appointing authority ought to get you out so that at the end of the day, these things, you know, the anger among many Ghanaians, I'm sure the messages were reading.
So he should resign on his own, is that what you say?
He should resign on his own or be sacked. Okay. One of the messages said that, look, the foot soldiers, and yesterday, when I was very hungry and came out to come and eat, I sat somewhere, and a guy from Akwetia, I don't know him from anywhere, walked to me and said, Bernard, I've been admiring you, but I'm an MPP person. Since I completed school, I cannot find a job to do.
Oh, wow.
You understand? This is a guy, and I have a picture with him. If you dare me, I will just post it. And he says that he cannot find jobs to do. And he, in the absence of finding a job, he has done everything.
So by the virtue of he being an MPP person,
can I make my point?
Gotten a job.
Can I make the point? And that scholarship are awarded. He is a poor man. Scholarships are awarded. He is a poor man. And he cannot get one of the scholarships. And then people who are wealthy within the education. Oh, severally.
Oh, anyway,
I will link
Bernard,
it
are
to
you
you.
done? So that I can go to Philemon.
Okay.
Okay, Philemon.
As for this scholarship matter, only last week I accompanied my friend, my brother, the Deputy National Youth Organizer of the NDC, Osman Ayariga, where we went to petition the Office of the Special Prosecutor on this particular matter. And we had a reply. The office says that there's even an ongoing investigation, an active investigation on the issue of corruption at the Office of the Special, at the Scholarship Secretariat. So I'm wondering that there's no way the president is not aware that Kingsley Agyemang is under investigation. If the OSP has been investigating for several months, the wise and proper thing would have been... Since June last year. Months. So the president would have had to withdraw him. I don't know why the president is so... Is it that he's complicit? I don't know. Because people are so caught in the web of corruption and the president does nothing about that.
OSP actually brings...
No doubt about that. But
you
see, the perception is more important than even the reality. The perception. That's why President Mahama took out a minister who even said certain things. The perception of corruption was the reason why John Mahama took the person out.
$1 million.
Yes, perception. Let's not even create the perception that there's corruption in government. But this president, Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, they sit down and preside and worship over corruption. Now put that aside. I must first of all state that the attempts by the MPP and its acolytes to paint members of the NDC as beneficiaries of a GNPC scholarship cannot stand. Just 2 days ago, I saw on social media some doctored image claiming that the very distinguished Joyce Bawa Muktari, the very knowledgeable John Jinapo, the very efficient, distinguished member of parliament, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, were beneficiaries of the GNPC foreign scholarship. They have come out to state categorically and dared even the president and dared the whole MPP machinery to bring evidence to show that Joyce went to the University of Portsmouth. She's never been to the University of Portsmouth. That Ablakwa...
In Germany?
No, in the UK, Portsmouth, the University of Portsmouth. Okay. Ablakwa has never benefited from a GNPC scholarship. So why is the MPP now resorting to just total lies? They are holding on to straw. The point we are making is that, aside the fact that people that are not even qualified are benefiting from the scholarship, is the angle where they are using the office for profit.
Okay.
People, innocent Ghanaians, people in Ghana that want to go abroad will come under the guise of wanting scholarships. They take a fee from them and then give them introductory letters to go to the embassies and then get visas. That is criminal.
Anyway, we're talking about criminal. When lawyers say these things, then you know that, Charlie, the thing make wild. Anyway, make sure you go to Franco Trading Enterprise to get all your necessary gadgets. Are you looking for a television set?
Just wait, Today we are not closing. Don't dare.
Are you looking for a television set, mobile phones, tabletop fridges, air conditioners, CCTV cameras? Look no further, because Franco Trading Enterprise has got that for you and even many more. And they are running a promo, so make sure you go there. Up to 30% discount is what you stand the chance of getting where you go and purchase an item from Franco Trading Enterprise. You can actually download the app on your phone, which is Franco Trading app on your phone, or go to the website www.francotradingenterprise. Franco Trading Enterprise, still full papa fair. Honorable Ebenezer Nartey, it looks like your government has been heavily criticized on this scholarship, saga. But like I said, it's been government in, government out. Almost every government goes through it, but it looks like yours is becoming a bit too much.
Roselyn, for me, I don't really see much about this scholarship saga, honestly, because as somebody Bernard was just saying, that an MPP person came to him saying that he is a member of the MPP and that he has finished school and he doesn't have a job. So does it mean that if you're an MPP person and that you apply for a scholarship, you shouldn't be given? Are we saying that from 2017 to date, all the people who have received scholarships are MPP people? Is that what we are saying? No. You see, sometimes I always say that, look, if there's an issue and we try to bring politics in it, we end up by losing the substance and dealing with the issue just as it is. Personally, I have heard certain comments about this scholarship scandal, and I think that there are fundamental issues that need to be dealt with. For example, I'm told that somebody has received about $50-something or something.
Yeah, a doctor, a medical doctor.
Yes, and that he has not even attended the school that he claims.
He attended. Is
the one that did not attend is the vice
president,
the second lady's sister.
So,
no, brother.
Okay.
Such an issue needs to be dealt with. It doesn't matter who you are. Me, I always say things just as it is. Don't hide it. If you have received money for a particular reason and you have refused to deal with it, you either refine the money or the law will take its course.
What about those who have refused to come back home?
And for those who have refused to come back home, I mean, the embassies are there. It's a matter of the Secretariat writing to the embassy and seeing how best we can get these people back home. For me, I think that at the moment, just as Philemon was saying, that people are just using Okuja to Abraka and all those things, that's me, I don't do those things. What I am saying is that, look, we need to deal with the issue just as it is, irrespective of who the person is and where the person is coming from. If OSP think that the Scholarship Secretariat boss has also done something which is wrong, the law should deal with it so that people will not be taking advantage of the Secretariat. Because, as Bernard said, they will have some people too who doesn't know anybody at the Secretariat. How would that person also get a scholarship?
That's the thing, and it looks like we need to make sure that our scholarship secretariats, those who benefit from there, actually benefit on credible grounds and not on who you know basis or who you are basis. This is all that time will permit us to bring to you during the Newsflash segment. Thank you so much for being here. Honorable Ebenezer Nartey will be at the party though. And Philemon Laar represented the NDC, and of course, Mornah, who represented the PNC. Don't forget to go to Franco Trading Enterprise to get all your necessary gadgets, talking about your mobile phones, your tabletop fridges, your television set, your air conditioners, your CCTV cameras. They've got all of that covered for you. You can download the app. That's go to Google Play Store and just download the app, Franco Trading app, or you can actually go on the website www.Franco Trading Enterprise. Franco Trading Enterprise, still Pum Papa Pafi. My name is Roselyn Felli. Up next is What's Trending with the Seed Wakumia. To stay.
Newsflash was brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still, fun papa fie.